Budgeting can feel scary. The bills keep coming, your paycheck disappears, and by the end of the month, you're left wondering where all the money went. But what if I told you there's a super simple way to fix that? A method you can use in just 15 minutes a week. It's not complicated. It doesn't need any apps or spreadsheets. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And once you understand it, managing your money won't feel confusing anymore. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a college student, or running your own small business, this method works for every woman who wants to take control of her finances without stress. And make sure to watch until the end because we'll cover the most common mistakes that lead thousands of women to lose money every single month. And you might be making them too. The 50-30-20 rule is one of the easiest ways to start budgeting, especially if you're new to money management. But what is the 50-30-20 rule? It's a simple and clear method that shows you exactly where your money should go each month, without needing complicated tools or financial degrees. Instead of guessing where your paycheck disappeared or stressing about every tiny purchase, this rule gives you a calm and structured plan. You divide your take-home income into three parts: 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings or debt payments. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine you bring home $2,000 a month after taxes. With this rule, you would use $1,000 for your needs, things like rent, groceries, bills, and transportation. Then you could use $600 for your things like dining out, a new dress, or a Netflix subscription. The last $400 would go toward your future, maybe in a savings account, an emergency fund, or paying off a credit card. The best part? You don't need to be a finance expert to make this work. You don't even need a budgeting app or complicated spreadsheets. A simple notebook, a pen, and your bank statement are enough. Just write down how much you bring home after taxes and apply the 50-30-20 split. For example, if your monthly take-home pay is $2,500, start by writing three sections: $1,250 for needs, $750 for wants, and $500 for savings or debt. Now list what fits into each one. Rent, groceries, and bills go under needs. Dining out, clothes, and subscriptions go under wants. Credit card payments, emergency fund, or retirement savings go under savings or debt. If you're a working mom with childcare costs or someone managing a home-based business, this structure helps you see clearly where to cut, where to adjust, and where to grow. That's what makes the rule powerful. It gives you a clean system to follow, not a long list of rules to memorize. And if your expenses don't fit perfectly right away, that's okay. You can adjust. The goal is progress, not perfection. What matters is that you finally see your money working for you, instead of wondering where it all went. Let's start with the first part of the rule: your needs. These are the absolute essentials, the things you must pay for just to keep your life running. Think of them as the bills and expenses you can't avoid, no matter how much or how little you earn. This category should take up 50% of your take-home income. So, what counts as a need? Rent or mortgage, groceries, electricity and gas bills, transportation like fuel or public bus fare, basic phone service, health insurance, childcare if you work, and minimum debt payments. These are non-negotiables. You need a roof over your head, food on the table, and the ability to get to work or care for your family. Let's say you bring home $2,400 a month. That means you should aim to spend no more than $1,200 on your needs. If your rent alone is $1,000, that tells you your other needs must stay within $200. Or you may need to rethink your housing, grocery budget, or other basics. Here's a tip. If you're not sure whether something is a need or a want, ask yourself this: if I lost my job tomorrow, would I still need to pay for this to survive? If the answer is yes, it's a need. If not, it probably belongs in your wants category. Many women find that needs take up more than 50%, especially in big cities or if you have kids. That's okay. The rule isn't there to make you feel bad. It's there to help you see the truth about where your money is going. Once you're aware, you can look for adjustments. Maybe you switch to a more affordable grocery plan. Maybe you take a closer look at your utility use. Even small shifts make a big difference over time. Now let's talk about the part of your budget that usually gets ignored or misused, your wants. This is the 30% that's often misunderstood. People either overspend here and fall into debt, or they cut everything and feel burnt out. But wants are not the enemy. When handled wisely, they help you enjoy your life without guilt. Wants are the things you enjoy but don't absolutely need to survive. They include eating out at your favorite cafe, getting your nails done, streaming Netflix, buying new clothes, or going on a weekend trip. Even birthday gifts or home decor fit into this category. Let's say your monthly take-home income is $3,000. That gives you $900 for wants. You could break it down like this: $100 for fun outings, $60 for subscriptions, $150 for personal care, $200 for shopping or hobbies, and still have some left for things like events or dining out. The point is, you decide how to use it, but you stay within the limit. Here's where many women struggle. Sometimes things feel like a need when they're really a want. For example, a phone is a need, but the newest iPhone upgrade every year? That's a want. Groceries are a need. Expensive takeout 3 times a week? That's a want. And if you want to save up for something big, like a holiday, a new outfit for a wedding, or a fitness class you love, this 30% category gives you that freedom without messing up your whole budget. Now let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, the 20% that goes towards savings and debt payments. This is the part most women want to focus on, but also the part that often gets left behind after covering bills and day-to-day expenses. But if you want long-term peace of mind, this section is key. The first priority here is building an emergency fund. Money you can access quickly when life throws you something unexpected. A car repair, a medical bill, or even losing a job can feel less scary when you've got savings to back you up. Start with a goal of saving $500, then work toward 3 months of expenses. The next step? Paying off high-interest debt. That includes credit cards, payday loans, or anything draining your income with big interest rates. Even paying a little extra each month helps. Reducing debt gives you freedom and stops money from slipping through the cracks. If you're already saving and your debt is under control, this 20% can go toward investing or long-term savings goals. That might be a retirement account, a travel fund, or saving up for your child's future education. Even small amounts, like $50 to $100 a month, can grow into something meaningful over time. Let's look at an example. If your monthly income is $2,500, then $500 should go into this category. You might split it like this: $200 into an emergency fund, $150 toward credit card debt, and $150 into long-term savings. You don't need to get it perfect. You just need to be consistent. You've learned what the 50-30-20 rule is and how it works. But how do you actually start using it today? Let's break it down in 3 easy steps. Step 1. Find your monthly income after tax. This is the money that actually lands in your bank account, not your full salary before taxes. If you get paid weekly, multiply your take-home pay by 4. For example, if you bring home $600 a week, your monthly income is around $2,400. This is the number you'll work with. Step 2. Do the 50-30-20 math. Now divide your income into the 3 categories. 50% for needs is $1,200. 30% for wants is $720, and 20% for savings and debt is $480. Write these numbers down at the top of a page. These are your spending buckets for the month. Step 3. List your real expenses under each bucket. Start with your needs. How much is your rent, your grocery budget, utility bills, transportation? Add them up and see if they fit under the 50% cap. If they don't, you may need to shift or trim a few things. Then move to wants. Are you spending too much on takeout, shopping, or entertainment? Try to adjust your habits to stay within the 30% limit. Finally, look at your savings and debt payments. If you're not saving anything right now, start small. Even $20 counts. If you have credit card debt, list out what you owe and make a plan to start paying more than the minimum each month. Here's a tip. Use highlighters or color codes to track these three categories. For example, green for needs, pink for wants, and blue for savings. This makes your money easier to see and manage. You can do this in a notebook, in a Google Sheet, or just by labeling 3 envelopes and putting cash inside each one. Some women even create 3 separate bank accounts for each category. One for bills, one for spending, and one for saving. And remember, you don't have to get it perfect from day one. Just starting is already a big win. All right, let's now talk about the common mistakes, the ones that so many women make without even realizing, and that quietly lead to money loss month after month. Many women slip up with this rule by mislabeling wants as needs. That new outfit for work? It feels essential, but it's still a want. Another mistake is forgetting irregular expenses like school fees or annual bills. Always set aside a little buffer for those. And lastly, skipping the savings part entirely, even saving $20 a month, matters. The key is consistency, not perfection. Avoid these common mistakes, and this rule becomes a reliable system, not just a good idea. Now that you've learned how to use the 50-30-20 rule, tell me in the comments which part of budgeting feels hardest for you. Is it saving, tracking, or just getting started? And what money basic do you want me to explain next? Drop your ideas below. I read every single one, and I use them to plan the next videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, your money doesn't control you. You control your money. If this lesson helped you feel a little more calm and in control of your money, subscribe to Money Basics School and tap the like button. That tells YouTube to send you more simple, practical money lessons like this one. I'm Ms. Grace, and I'll be here every week helping you build financial peace, one smart step at a time.